I need that 390 hertz to make sure I can hit all of my shots. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chamber here, and today we're going to be optimizing Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, Call of Duty Vanguard is very similar to Modern Warfare in the way it is, except you actually have a lot more control in the config. That's like the main thing I noticed actually when installing this game. FPS is also a lot higher. That could just be because it's a new game. I don't know exactly if that's the case, but it also seems to be very optimized with AMD. It works with AMD. You can tell that it has AMD Fidelity FX, some AMD built-in sharpening thing. So let's just actually correctly set it up. I'm going to show config stuff and what I recommend. Let's just go into your Windows settings first. Go Windows key I, hit your system. Scroll down till you see graphics. Wow. Yeah. If you're not on a AMD GPU, at least a newer one, you'll see something called hardware accelerated graphics scheduling. Turn that on. You'll have to restart your PC, but that's going to significantly boost your FPS. You may crash if you're using OBS sometimes. If you are, turn it off. Also, make sure Xbox Game Bar is off and game mode's on. Simple stuff, I know. Now we're actually going to open Vanguard now. Just hit play. I actually deleted my config, so I have to basically set it up myself anyways. So you might want to do that also, or just back up your config like I have with this one. Just throw it on your desktop and then delete what's in your documents folder if there's anything. Now, as you can see, the annoying volume music showed up. So did it wasn't in full screen. Maybe it'll let me skip it. I guess not. Thanks, Activision. Really out here helping us. Let's just actually, try and set up stuff. Alright, so we're actually able to set up the game now. Hit accept. Make sure you're in full screen. I don't know why other people don't go into full screen and stuff. Always go into full screen. Yep. Set 1080p. Personally, I enjoy doing that. Turn HDR off. Unless you actually use HDR. Typically, though, if you want the most FPS, it's not going to be your goal. This doesn't really matter, honestly, visual quality or performance. Just keep it, whatever. We don't have to touch audio settings. And we're going to go straight to the settings tab. Now, go to graphics. The first thing I'll say is make sure, once again, you are in full screen. Frame rate limit. Just max it out. Then you're going to want to set it to unlimited. Just so that, make sure that if you do hit it, you just won't have a frame rate limit. Obviously, if you're using G-Sync though, so like let's say you're using a 240 Hz monitor and you have G-Sync, like maybe a 1440p, set 237. That way it will actually enable G-Sync. You won't get an insane amount of input lag. Aspect ratio, if you want to, you can force it like I do. Brightness, set it to whatever you like. I like about 60%. And then in display gamma, if you're on a normal monitor, just like it says, use this. If you are on a TV, use 2.4. Maybe, yeah. Display adapter, make sure this is your graphics card. If it doesn't show your graphics card, it shows up something weird, you might need to reinstall your graphics drivers. Which reminds me, you actually will most likely need to actually update your NVIDIA driver. Now, recommended by COD for NVIDIA is actually the latest driver. If you're not having issues right now, like you're not feeling stutters, go ahead. You could also just update it now, and if you have stutters, roll back. Obviously, do your own testing with this. I do not currently have an NVIDIA card that I can test with. Just from what I know, the latest driver seems fine from my experience working with other people. And on the AMD side, I actually updated this driver today. I wasn't getting any FPS loss or issues with the driver before this, but it supports COD Vanguard. It could allow some of the settings that are available in this game now to actually work. So you might as well just update it. I'd recommend doing a clean install, redoing all your settings, all your overclocks, making sure everything is fully stable and you're not reinstalling over it. So yes, now let's enter back into the game and continue testing settings. On-domain texture streaming. I prefer this off. I don't like the game pinging and using the internet while I'm doing it, causing possibly higher ping. Obviously, if you want higher quality textures, go ahead, but I'm going to keep this off. And then with quality, so quality presets, just set it to custom, honestly. Your render resolution to 100. If you want to go higher and you're okay with losing a couple more FPS, go ahead. Especially if you're already hitting your monitor's refresh rate or exceeding it. Go ahead. Dynamic resolution, keep this off. Literally terrible. There's Fidelity FX built in, which I'd prefer to use, honestly. This could maybe be better if you're right off of it. Obviously, if one looks better, try both. See which one you like better. Text resolution, set it to low. Shocker, I know. Set this to low. Set this to low. Low. Bullet impact and sprays, that could be cool. I'm gonna leave it on, actually. Shader quality, low. Tessellation, off. It's already disabled for me in my AMD driver, but level of detail, I don't notice a difference. I'm just gonna set it to short. Set this to low. Low. You know, the stuff that TikTok doesn't like, but gets you the FPS, so that's all that matters. All right. Screen space shadows disabled. Shadow matte resolution low. Sun shadow cascades low. So these two cache settings, you want to keep these on. Same thing with spot cache size. So this is going to make sure it can keep more in the cache, actually. Especially on AMD cards, this is a bigger deal because it's not having to pull from system memory. Keep this on. If you maybe have a lower VRAM card, maybe don't do this. Maybe if you have like a 4 gig, maybe not. But for right now, like, let's see. So, medium, low. It has about a little less than a gig difference. I'd say just keep it on high. If you have stuttering, that fixes it. Cool. Spot quality shadow low. Particle quality low. Ambient occlusion off. And then for this, set that to low. I don't know why you need submenus for this. Doesn't make sense. Screen space reflections off. Okay. Fidelity FX super resolution. If you enjoy the FPS you're getting now, no reason to touch this. Honestly, same thing with DLSS. Go to ultra quality. If not, just drop your render resolution in game. So go up here. You can either set it here, or you can actually go back to display and lower this like 1600 by 900 or 720p. Maybe if you're on 1440p, go to 1080p. I wouldn't really recommend doing Fidelity FX. Not gonna be recommended. Okay, Fidelity FX CAS. If you're on an AMD GPU, you don't really need to do this. You can just literally hit your settings, graphics, enable Radeon image sharpening. And then you get your sharpness control. But maybe if you only need it in this game, go ahead. Or if you're on an NVIDIA GPU, set this and set it to whatever you like. 0.8 is probably around right. That's probably why they set it there. I'm not going to keep it on just because I already have it on. Anti-aliasing. I'm going to disable that. And I'm also going to set my anti-aliasing quality to low. Filmic strength, I like it at 0. Some people notice weird issues when they set it to 0. I don't. I'm fine with it, so I'm going to keep it off. Depth of field, turn that off. It's disgusting. VRAM usage target, set that to 90%. You're not going to hit 90% on any new GPU, even at 8 gigs with these settings. Look, I'm only using 2 gigs. No issues. Color customization, obviously up to you. I do like that they have different colors that you can set. That's actually really cool. And then there is color filters. So if you prefer to customize your look, do that. No FPS. That's personal preference. Camera movement. You can set that to least actually if you want to. Maybe it'll help with like recoil control. And then turn these 2 motion blur settings off. You don't want motion blur. It makes it hard to see in gaming. And then with interface, you can turn on all the FPS and stuff if you really are interested in seeing that stuff. The GPU counter actually works for me on an AMD GPU, or the temperature, which is great. Something nice to have. And now we're going to actually check the config. So you find the config, go to your file explorer, go to documents, Call of Duty Vanguard, players, then the ADV underscore options.ini. Now, you might need to actually set it so it'll open in Notepad. You can also use Notepad++. So we're going to start with video memory scale. Just keep this at 0.9. You already have it. Your render work account. Go to my Warzone guide. I explained it before. I'm not going to explain right now the way to figure it out, but I'm on a 10900K. It has 10 cores. I'm going to run 6. Figure that one out for yourself. Yeah. All right. Elevated priority. Set this to 0. This is the best. Running high priority is not good. You do get a little bit more FPS on the lows, actually, with setting it to normal priority, which is what this does. Don't need to touch any of the audio, any of the voice chat settings. All these gameplay settings you can already set in the menu. If there's something you can set in the menu, you might as well set it there and then keep this the way it is. I'm not going to touch any of these. Okay. NVIDIA Reflex. If you see it in the menu and you have an NVIDIA GPU, set it to enable plus boost. If you are on an AMD GPU, I want you to make sure you go in here and disable this. For some reason, it enables and that causes you to lose your FPS. Don't know why NVIDIA, AMD, probably Activision, whoever made this sledgehammer, they auto set it to enabled. That causes AMD GPUs to lose FPS. I don't know why, but so annoying. Okay. We're not going to talk about any of the model qualities. All that changes stuff in the menu, so you're fine. Make sure cache is enabled. All of these. See, it's enabled. All of that's off. DLS quality, don't worry about that. We're not using DLSS. Make sure if you're using this, it's set to whatever you set it to in the menu. Don't touch. Yep. Don't use a controller. That loses like 3. That loses. You go negative FPS and you're going in reverse. Yeah, just use a mouse and keyboard. Actually know how to aim. Don't let. Okay. Oh, mouse acceleration. Please set that to 0. Same thing with mouse moving. That's not fun to game with. And you're done. So file, save. If you really want to, you can right click properties and check it as read only. Hit apply. I'm personally not going to. There's no point. Nothing resets once you actually load the game. And now we can go back into Vanguard. All right, put it back into Vanguard. Now, we're going to make sure that your shaders do install. So, just go to where Vanguard is. You don't have to worry about any of these other garbage games. Just go straight to Vanguard. Now, this is just to make sure that the shaders actually do install. I have like, you see, done. Okay. Graphics, just check once again that all your settings are good. I'm going to check them. I've checked over like 3,000 times, so I just know what they look like now. Make sure everything is like low or wherever you set it to. And once again, disable that. This kind of auto sets. I don't have an issue with that. There's no FPS loss. So, and look, we're good. All the FPS is done. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. If you want to get more FPS, you're still not happy with the FPS, feel free to join my Discord. Message me. I offer a service for $100 US. I fully tune your PC. Make sure you get the most FPS. Supports me, supports the channel. Feel free to also, if you don't need that, support me on Patreon. Follow me on Twitch, live every Wednesday and Saturdays. And come sub, come hang out, come follow. Having fun. Yep. If this helped, like button. Peace.